What's up, my bearded bros? Bearded Maniac here with one of the last NBA pick videos of the year. We are finished the regular season with an amazing 758 to 472 record. We are 286 games above 500. Now that's 1,230 games I picked this year. That's crazy. That's an insane amount of games. Insane amount of games. Now, as you know, today is Friday the 14th. If you're not watching it on Friday, I apologize. It's not Friday for you, but it's Friday right now. And tomorrow is the beginning of the NBA playoffs. Now, we got some good fucking matchups coming about. We got the Bulls going to the Celtics, which I have going right now, to give a little background video so you can watch while you listen. We got the Hawks going to Washington. We got the Trailblazers going to the Warriors. We have the Thunder going to the Rockets. We have the Pacers going to the Cavaliers. We have the Grizzlies going to the Spurs. We have the Bucks going to the Raptors and the Jazz going to the Clippers, because the Jazz secured the 4th seed in the West. So now the Clippers have home field advantage, even though they have identical records. Now, how I'm going to probably set this up is I'm going to try to predict the whole playoffs now. But then once it's like right before the second round starts, I'll probably give another prediction and be like, shit, I was fucking wrong, man. Now, also, how I'm going to do this is I'll try to say exactly how many games I think they're gonna win in. Not only, like, let's say Warriors over Pacers or Blazers, I'm going to say how many games it's going to take for the Warriors to beat the Blazers. Sorry, I said Pacers. The names are very similar, and I got confuddled for a minute. Okay, so we'll start with the East and then go West, because I'm from the East, so we're going East. And we're going to start with the 1 seed Boston Celtics hosting the Chicago Bulls. Now, the Bulls have a lot of talent. They have a really good point guard with Rondo. They have Jimmy Butler, one of the best small forwards in the league. They have Dwayne Wade, an aging guard, but still really good, and a really, really experienced player when it comes to the playoffs, so that could end up helping them. Mirotic is good. Lopez is good. It's going to be a tough matchup for the Celtics, but the Celtics aren't going to just lay down. They have a tough defender in Avery Bradley who can match up really well with Dwayne Wade. They got Al Horford, which will probably just take over the game. Amir Johnson's good. Jay Crowder can defend really well, so he might be able to limit Jimmy Butler's productiveness. Who knows? Also, we have Isaiah Thomas, one of the best point guards in the league. And as everyone knows, the king of the 4th. Now, how I see this rolling out is I say the Celtics in 6. I don't think it's going to be a 4-game series, 5-game series. It could be a 7-game series. Heck, the Bulls could even win. But as a Celtics fan, I am not picking against them. I'm picking the Celtics in 6. Next, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers hosting the Indiana Pacers. Now, which is the ironic thing about this is I had Chicago at the 7 seed in my last video, and Indiana at the 8 seed, Cleveland at 1, and Boston at 2. So these two series were going to happen either way in my prediction and what actually happened. Now, I think Paul George is a really good matchup for LeBron James. And I think Miles Turner can match up well against Kyrie. But I don't see enough firepower for the Pacers. I think they go down in 5, because I believe the Pacers will at least win 1 when they go back to Indiana. So far we have the Celtics in 6, Cavs in 5, and then next we have the Raptors hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo should win, and probably will win, Most Improved Player of the Year. Heck, he should probably even be 3rd place for MVP, because he is the first player in league history to rank top 20 in steals, blocks, assists, rebounds, points. It's just insane that someone is capable of that. Yeah, he didn't get a triple-double, but also he has Dellavedova as one of his starring teammates. I think Jabari Parker has been out almost all year. The Raptors have Ibaka, DeRozan, and stuff like that. But I think upset. I think the Bucks take this in 7. I think the Bucks will take this, go into Cleveland, and Giannis might work some magic, take a couple games there. But last matchup, we have the Washington Wizards versus the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I think the Hawks take this, and kind of an upset in the style I'm picking. I think the Hawks sweep this. Yes, they have Beal and Wall, but I think Wall's just too volatile, and I think he's gonna self-implode. And I don't know. I want to go crazy. I'm picking the Atlanta sweep, which is weird because Atlanta kind of sucks. But Atlanta did beat Cavs 2 games in a row, so who knows? Now, as for the West, wait, before I go to the West, remember, this is live, this isn't scripted. Before I go to the West, if my predictions shake out, that would put up Boston at Atlanta and Milwaukee at Cleveland for the quarterfinals, which is or the Eastern Conference semifinals. And in the West, our first matchup to talk about is the Golden State Warriors versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, I like Damian Lillard's gall in saying we're going to win in 6. Because you have to have confidence taking on the 2-time defending Western Conference champions. You cannot even stand a chance if you don't even have confidence that you can. Now, I believe Lillard has had some success relatively to facing the Warriors. Now, what that translates to is, I believe, if your chick, I can't pronounce his name that well, if he can come out and provide enough defense, I think the Blazers might steal 1. Now, injuries being a thing and being kind of like cold, that might happen with the Warriors, but I don't know. I want to say Warriors in 5 just because I believe the Blazers can take 1. I don't think they will, but I believe they can. And belief is enough for me. Now, next, we have the San Antonio Spurs, hosted by Greg Popovich, one of the leading candidates for Coach of the Year, hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, with Kawhi Leonard here and Tony Allen out for the first round, San Antonio sweeping this thing. It's not even going to be a contest. 3 of those 4 games are going to be decided by 10 points or more. I guarantee it. I guarantee it on my amazing record. Next, we have the Houston Rockets versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have MVP candidate number 1 versus MVP candidate number 2. It's really just them two for whatever reason, because Isaiah Thomas and Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James or whatever. Fuck LeBron James, actually. Isaiah Thomas and Kawhi Leonard don't count in that conversation, apparently. No one thinks Isaiah Thomas is good enough to be MVP. Fuck that shit. But we have James Harden versus Russell Westbrook. Now, James Harden primarily plays point guard now, so they're actually going to be matching up together. Maybe. They might switch them around just because Harden's defense is a little crap. We have Steven Adams versus like Trevor Ariza and them. It's going to be a really close matchup because neither bench is really that good. I mean, you do have Eric Gordon for the Rockets, and I think that's going to be the difference here. If Russell Westbrook doesn't go off, I believe it will be a 7-game series, and I believe it will be Houston winning, because if Russell Westbrook is asked to do it all for too long, he'll falter. And if he falters once, this series is gone. So it's Houston in 7 for me. And then with the Clippers and the Jazz, I really love the Jazz. And I believe their defensive efficiency is going to carry them in this series. But Chris Paul is too good, personally, for me. So I think it's going to be a 7-game series. It's going to be like a coin flip. I'm picking the Clippers just because they do have home court advantage. But I'll probably be wrong here. And if that's the case, it would be Golden State versus LA. It'd be San Antonio versus Houston. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, and 4 left in the West. And if that was the case, now I'm not really predicting right now. I'm going to save that for the video once the second round starts. If that's the case, I believe Golden State will win in 6. San Antonio will win in 5. Pitting up Golden State versus San Antonio. And in that one, I'm going to pick the upset and say San Antonio in 7. As of now, because we don't know, because there are injuries that happen. Let's skip that interview. And in the East, I think that would leave... I think that I would have to pick Boston over Atlanta in 5, and then Cleveland over Milwaukee in 4. I think Cleveland would sweep Milwaukee, even though they'd give them trouble. And if that's the case, it'd pit Boston against Cleveland. And as a Celtics fan, I know it's probably not right, but it's not my official prediction for the Eastern Conference Finals yet, so I'm going to pick the Celtics in 6. Just because I love the Celtics. They're my team. I got to represent. And the Celtics have beaten the Warriors this year. So, upset of the year alert. Celtics in 7. They're going to come down from a 3-1 deficit to come back and win the title. I'm kidding. They're probably not going to do that. If they did win in 7, it'd probably be like a trading blows game. Like they might steal the first one, lose 2, win 1, lose 1, win 2, stuff like that. Who knows? But my prediction for the matchup for the finals is Celtics v San Antonio is my prediction as of now. But what I feel like it's going to be is Celtics v Golden State. We'll see after the first round, because who knows, Blazers might pull off an upset, and then I'm going to have to redo these predictions. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you like my predictions, if you like what I think, according to stuff like that, if you agree with who I pick, or if you disagree with who I pick, comment down below. Let me know who you pick to win each matchup, who you predict in the finals, who you predict in each round if you want. Let me know what you think of my record. It would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe if you are into the NBA and enjoy this kind of content, because I might even start doing videos on off-season acquisitions during the off-season just to keep this series kind of going. And don't forget to leave a like if you did find my opinion to be either informative, helpful, or makes you think. Something like that. And as you can see by this so-called simulation, it's only 15-17. Second quarter's almost over. So, it's going to be a good matchup for this one. There's a lot of good matchups this year, guys. We are lucky this year. The NBA, well, besides Golden State, the NBA kind of spoiled us this year, besides Golden State. I'm omitting them because if they're fully healthy, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for a great season and a great season of support. Peace.